Hi, this is Scott Ware with Radiance Magazine. I'm the publisher and editor and also the president of Radiance Multidimensional Media. And we have with us today Philip Wilson of RelaxSaunas. And the infrared sauna he's got is just the thing you want, whether you're in quarantine or not. You want to sweat out those toxins, and this does it in a very natural and safe way. Welcome. Thanks for being here, Philip.
Hi there. Good to see you. Good to talk to you. Good to be interviewed.
Yeah, you too. And so I've tried this. I love it. You're at all the expos. You let people sit in these things and zipper themselves up and feel the effects of it and start sweating out toxins. How does that work? Is this really that healthy?
I've been into health foods. I started fasting in 1971. I've been into holistic health products like ginseng, gotu kola, all these herbal products, fruit juice fast, lemon juice fast.
Since the 70s, you told me earlier,
Since
right?
1971, yeah. And I opened up a health food store in 1980. I opened up a health food distributing business into 1980, where I've been selling to health food stores and health professionals since then. And the pinnacle of any product I've ever sold that helps you get into the present moment is the RelaxSauna. Nothing makes you feel so alive and so aware. You know, being in the health food business, in the health food store, the holistic health business since 1980, myself, selling massage tools. And we were one of the first companies to start selling green powders to health food stores in 1984, Chinese herbs.
Green powders, what was in those again? What was that one ingredient?
Well, the first one was green magma. That was a barley grass juice powder. And then pine wheatgrass was around selling wheatgrass powder. And then slowly other drinks would be coming out. It didn't really become popularized until maybe 10 or 20 years ago.
Sure.
But we were selling green drinks back in 1984. And I wanted some awards from Green Magma for sales, selling to health food stores way back.
So if you've been doing the infrared sauna for 20 years, has it changed much from then till now?
18 years. I was introduced in the United States. That's how long I've been using it. And it hasn't changed any because it took them 10 years from 1987 to 1997 to figure out a way to take out of electricity an energy which would be like a hot springs. And so it took, they had an aha, they had a discovery, and it was amazing that they were able to do it, and they did. And they were able to get the near infrared and the mid infrared out. And that was major, because only the far infrared actually resonates with your water cells. See, it's an energy kind of thing.
Okay.
In other words, like when you're in the presence of a qigong master or a great guru or a great highly unfolded spiritual being, where you can feel the love flowing from them.
Right.
See, that's like Dr. Xpnsion. He wrote a book called No Sweat, No Sweat. No sweat, N-O sweat, you know.
K-N-O-W sweat. Yeah.
See, once you know sweat as your teacher and your healer, then life is no sweat. Right. No problem, because you know, because Hippocrates said, find me a way to create sweat or a fever and I will cure disease. Now, if he said that in American soil right now, they'd throw him into prison because you're not allowed to cure disease.
Exactly. You got to be careful with what you say, but I see a lot of testimonials on your website. What are people feeling and experiencing when they use the infrared sauna?
Well, what distinguishes the RelaxSauna from other infrared saunas is you come out with a feeling of upliftment. You feel, you know, I caution people, I said, careful, you might experience euphoria after you get out, but the greatest experience is when you come out, you feel mental clarity and you feel joy. You really feel joyful.
So it raises your vibration while it's detoxing you. And I know in in your ads and on your website, you show a lot of information about what's happening, a lot of science that's happening. And by the way, I want to mention to people watching this, if you're watching this, there is a special deal for you. I'll just say it. I know normally there's about $2,000 and $1,300 is the internet price, but you get another $125 off if you mention Radiance.
That's right. Yeah.
If you're watching this, whenever you're watching this. So Phil, tell us what's the science behind it? I mean, you're feeling joy and euphoria, and I imagine your joints feel a lot better too, to say the least. But what's going on? What's the science behind it?
Yeah, joy and euphoria aren't really scientific terms,
Right.
but there is a book that came out that actually spawned the industry of far infrared saunas, and that book was written by a Dr. Sherry Rogers. She was an environmental doctor for those who had environmental illnesses, chemical sensitivity, and all that, and people were left to dead. And they came to her, and she used far infrared saunas to get them back to health and life. And there is, PubMed.com has maybe a couple dozen articles, research articles on the benefits of far infrared ray for increasing circulation, for helping with heart problems, for heart rate variability, and penetrating deeply. And so there is a lot of science behind it for the last 60 years on the far infrared saunas.
Okay.
And we noticed that people, like the testimonies on YouTube, the over 600-700 testimonies on YouTube.
Hundreds of testimonies. I mean,
yeah.
So what science? I mean, what would a doctor say, or someone who's looked at someone who's been using this? What would they see have changed in people based on maybe certain issues that they've had? Can you name a few or some results?
Well, sure. Like basically, a lot of people have heavy metal toxicity, aluminum toxicity. They have
which causes you to be lethargic.
Yeah, and we've got chlorine in the body, too much dioxins, plastics, glyphosates, pesticides, and many other things in the body. Like a clean engine, like a dirty engine doesn't work as well as a clean engine. And so the physical bodies don't work as well as a body that's cleansed and purified. I know I got into fasting in 1971. I didn't have a choice. I had a Kundalini experience in 1971 after having an out-of-body experience in 1970, and these changed my body chemistry. It cleansed it, and all of a sudden, once you have a purifying experience, you try to eat sugar, and it says, "Oh my gosh, I don't want to feel like that again. It's not worth it." And it's really wonderful when you have an experience like, I tell people, just don't eat for 3 days and then eat something. And if it's healthy for you, boy, that's what happened. I broke my first fast on figs and my second fast on dates. And I've been addicted to dates and figs ever since 1971, because once you eat organic, or something that's really pure after a fast, you can taste the fullness of it. So
you're obviously a health nut, and you have you wanted to make a living also giving this to other people in the form of the infrared saunas.
Yeah, that's what happened in the early 70s.
So talk about what people are feeling there, or what results they're getting with their medical conditions.
Arthritis. Pain goes away from a 10 to a 2, an 8 to a 0, an 8 to a 4, a 6 to a 3. Arthritis, rheumatoid arthritis. We have people, one lady had elbow pain for a year. She got in, did one session in the relaxed sauna. The pain's been gone, and that was over a year, about 16 months ago.
Maybe 1 or 2 sessions?
Yeah, sometimes just, in 10 minutes. In 10 minutes, and then of course it'll come back, not as much necessarily. We had one man who had a motorcycle accident 4 years ago. He's been in constant pain of about 6. He told me in Texas a couple months ago in February. We were at the Mother Earth News conference, you know, we had a booth there, and he got in. I tried to get him in, and he said, well, I can't. And he went home and hobbled out, came back the next day with his wife, got in, and his pain went down to a 3. And it's the first time it's been less than a 6, you know, for 4 years. So he got one, and he called me, he texted me and said, yeah, it works on the pain. And we had another lady in Texas at another Texas show. She'd been in a wheelchair. She's not in a wheelchair anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, like I had a 26-minute interview that's on YouTube of, you know, and she gave me permission afterwards, but she didn't know I was taping her, and obviously she would go like, oh, I can feel, I can move my body, I can move my hands, and she just went on and on and on and on.
Yeah.
You know, I said, so I got my cell phone, I started taping her. And so I got the spontaneity of the real, of the happening and the real and the here and now. And that's exciting.
Sure. So pain relief is one of the big benefits.
And getting rid of inflammation and scar tissue. One lady, she said she's had scar tissue for about 18, 20 years. And within 3 days, the scar tissue went away.
Really?
I mean, you know, it's like, you know, is this, you know, when I was a kid, there's a man come, Oral Roberts on TV. And so I said, what is this, Oral Roberts? I mean, is this like one of those, you know, faith
Evangelical.
Yeah, evangelical meetings.
Yeah.
But it's like, I've seen it too many times. That we had an athlete who had done like 70 push-ups, and he couldn't move his elbow. His elbow was stuck. And so we have that video, about a 15-minute video of him being able to, after 15 minutes being in the sauna, him doing this, and he couldn't even bend it. We've had people with shoulder pain for 17 months go in for 10 minutes and go away. So
people can go to RelaxSaunas.com.
Yeah, with an S, RelaxSaunas, plural.
RelaxSaunas.com and check all this out. I mean, do you use it yourself?
You know, people ask me, you know, do you have the sauna in your home? I said, no, I don't have one sauna in my home. I have 3. and I've been using it almost every morning for 18 years. But before that, I had another sauna, another portable sauna that I used for a year. It was an infrared sauna, and I loved it. But, you know, when you've been driving a 22-inch bicycle with training wheels, and you have never had a bicycle before, you're going to love it. But when you start riding a 26-inch professional bike, it's a night and day difference. And so even though all portable saunas are good and it's a step in the right direction, you know, we all know that the Relax Sauna is special, and we've been trying to convince people by saying, well, we did the testing, you know, there's 95%, 98% of the energy that comes out of the Relax Sauna is far infrared energy. There's a guy on YouTube who said the more far infrared energy you have in your sauna, the more effective it is. But people still, they don't get the right pictures. You know, you know, like you can say, I've got, you know, 5 grams of vitamin C, and you've got 250 milligrams, and the 250 milligram vitamin C didn't work to get rid of your problem. And I say,
go ahead.
The larger dose will.
Right.
People don't think of looking at saunas and thinking of doses. To them, all saunas are equal, but it's not true. It's not true.
But the far infrared sauna is different because you were saying it uses obviously different frequencies, and these are like, I think you described it as the hug of a grandmother, or would you say, what else did you call it?
The relaxed sauna feels like a cross between being hugged by your loving grandma and basking in divine love.
Wow.
And being on a beach in Hawaii, and being in the womb, and being in the presence of a great spiritual being like a Qigong master or a great guru. Combination between those 5, you know, you pick.
Is that all?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, and like I said, you feel mentally clear. I feel mentally clear. A lot of people said, well, no, but my pain went away.
So what you do is you know, dress down to the least amount of garments, you get inside, you zip it up, you can turn it on from the inside?
Yeah, there's a, you can see that blue holder there, and there's the timer sticking out. So you just switch the timer. All that is a timer. It's a 30-minute timer. And the radiators, you can't see them, but they're in the bottom right there.
Okay.
They're hiding. And the chair back is down. That's a towel on the chair, a folded towel, and then I drape another towel over it. And I get in, and those two towels are soaked. And I usually don't wear any clothes. Sometimes if it's in the winter time, I'm cold, and I'll go in with a pair of shorts. And then halfway through, I said, okay, I don't want to get them soaking, and so I take them off.
Now, what about, I mean, this sounds like a great gift to get your parents, your grandparents. I mean, do you see some of that happening?
Yeah, we have a lot of people. Sometimes they say, I want two of them. I want one for my child, and I want one for me, or vice versa. I want one for my mom or my aunt or my sister. We have a doctor who works at a cancer clinic. She's got about 4 people in her family who have them.
Wow.
I
So
mean, yeah,
that's a great testimony. Someone's got 4. That means they had one, it worked great, and they just kept getting them.
for their relatives,
Right.
who live in different areas, not in the
Sure.
same house. Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
And
That's great.
to finish the question you were asking earlier, the far infrared energy is we are far infrared light beings. In spiritual circles, we're called light beings.
Yep.
But we actually shine about 75 watts worth of far infrared light at about 9.6 microns. And water is a far infrared molecule, and it shines at about 8 microns.
Okay.
So therefore, if you can find a way to get out of electricity, and this is what did the AHA for the Relax Sauna company in Taiwan around 1996, 97, they finally, after 10 years of research, discovered a way to filter out the near infrared energy and the mid infrared, because the near infrared and the mid infrared do not resonate close to the 8 microns. They're below 4, so they're too far away.
So they filtered them out.
So they filter them out, and only between 4 and 14, it's like astrologically, it's conjunct. This is the same energy as you, and so because of that, it's the same energy as you. You don't notice it's not you.
Okay.
And if you don't notice it's not you, you don't resist it. And non-resistant thought expands the heart center. So your heart center is expanding because you don't resist it. And therefore the energy that comes in from the far infrared light, it resonates with your water cells. It resonates with the organic cells of your body. And that causes the water cells to pulsate. And that's all far infrared energy does.
So that's what a spiritual person would say. What would a medical doctor say that the infrared sauna does?
It resonates with the water cells and pulsates them, and that causes the lymphatic system to be mobilized. See, it mobilizes the lymphatic. See, you have 2 circles of people about how to have a healthy body. You have the exercise enthusiasts who say you need to exercise. You have the, I won't say the health nuts, but the holistic health people, or the people very much into nutrition, even from the establishment. They say you want good nutrition, although their idea of good nutrition is different than my idea. Like organic foods is important, no toxins, no white flour,
right?
No refined sugar, healthy, organic, no hormones in your vegetables, or if you eat fish, chicken, or meat, you don't want hormones in there. You want pasture, fed and all that stuff, and organic, and the vegetables, and you don't want glyphosate or pesticides or chemicals. And so you want to eat a healthy diet. You want natural oxygen, you want good water, you want good air, and you want good sunlight. And the sunlight that we have right now just doesn't cut the mustard. The Finnish saunas from the, earlier in the mid 1900s and earlier, the Finns used Finnish saunas, and because the world was not that toxic way back in those early days,
right?
The world was not that toxic. The Finnish saunas were good enough. but the far infrared energy is what Dr. Sherry Rogers in her book Detoxify or Die called the superior saunas, the far infrared saunas.
Right.
Those resonate with your organic cells. And Hippocrates said, find me a way to create sweat or fever, and I will cure disease. So this causes your body temperature to rise. And that's the key. Because if the water cells are pulsating, that causes the water molecule, the two hydrogens and the oxygen, that angle between the two hydrogens and the oxygen gets smaller. So the water cell gets smaller. If the water cell gets smaller, the blood cell is going to get smaller. And so if you got all these little blood cells, if you got semis going down a highway and you make them all into cars, you're going to increase the circulation, you're going to increase the speed. So by increasing the circulation, you're going to be able, and by having smaller blood cells, you're going to be where no blood cell has gone before in your body. So if you have neuropathy or diabetes, the blood cells are going to be able to go, and you're going to have feeling in your hands and feet for the first time. We have a lady who had Lyme disease for 2.5 years, and as a result of the Lyme disease, she had neuropathy. She had no feeling in her hands or fingers for 2.5 years.
And she regained?
In 12 minutes in the relaxed sauna at a Lyme
Wow.
12 minutes. With the humor, the irony about it, she's had a portable sauna for a year. She's been in it a dozen times, an hour at a time. Not once did she experience the feeling in her fingers and toes from it, because the dose wasn't high enough.
Oh, so that one, it was turned low?
On that one, not the relaxed sauna. A different portable sauna. See, the relaxed sauna is 1,500 watts. The other portable saunas are usually between 900 and 1,000 watts. And the energy that comes out of them, remember we talked about doses? They use very generic, very inexpensive panels. You can, if you replace it, you could buy a whole new panel for $35. And they're all it is carbon impregnated cloth. And then it's laminated in plastic and stuck on a plastic corrugated border that holds the tent up.
Okay.
But it only generates, the main thing is it doesn't generate enough far infrared ray to sometimes make an impact for hardcore cases. They're good and they do a lot of good, and they've cured people of cancer, although I can't say that legally. But the other saunas have been helpful. People said it was part of my protocol. They're good, but a 22-inch bicycle with training wheels will get you to the grocery store, but it's not going to do for some people what a 26-inch professional bike can and will do.
So it's helped people with cancer. It's helped people with diabetes, arthritis, and I'm guessing depression, because you said just makes people. Go ahead.
Yeah, depression, Lyme disease, but yeah, depression is. I know a friend of mine way back. That's what she said. She'd had sort of like a lot of depression, got in the sauna and gone. Yeah, it's one of the quickest ways to get rid of depression. It's totally amazing. We go to an energy psychology conference every year for the last 6-7 years. And many naturopathic doctors, many massage therapists, many body care workers, many integrative medical doctors, they use these in their offices. There are cancer clinics that use the relaxed sauna while doing IV vitamin C therapy. The thing that's had a lot of success with the coronavirus. They use IV vitamin C therapy. And one doctor at his cancer clinic uses it when he puts people in the relaxed sauna, because that makes it even more effective.
Wow.
And yeah.
Okay. Well, how would you like to sum up for people, whether they want to get this for their parents, their grandparents, themselves, and they go to RelaxSaunas to do that and type in Radiance for the extra 125 discount. What would you like to say to them in general? What message would you give them in parting?
The relaxed sauna is one of the most effective things you can do for increasing your health. If you go to the website and you order the sauna, And then after you've got it on the shopping cart, then you put the discount code. It'd be 125 off, and then there is 25 for shipping. So the total take-home price in the United States would be $1,200 instead of $1,325. The Relax Sauna will make a difference in your life. If you're a health professional and you have a protocol that you're giving people for Lyme disease, for any kind of ailment, for lupus or just for getting rid of arthritis, it will make a difference, and it'll be a godsend for people to improve their health.
Okay. All right. And on the website, there's so much more information, and there's just so many testimonials as well. It just takes, you just feel great right away, I know. Phil, thank you for being here. Thanks for giving this information and the extra discount to people who, I mean, the show is called Interviews from Radiance and Radiance Multidimensional. So put in that code and get your sauna on.
Yeah.
Thanks for being here, Phil.
You're welcome. It's been a pleasure, and it's always good being in contact with you, Scott.
All right. Take care, and thank you all for watching.
Thank you. Bye now.